Good morning and welcome to Breakfast with Bridgett. I'm your host, Bridgett Ellison. It is 7:30 on the dot on this Friday Eve. It is Thursday, January 11th, 2024. Hope that you're doing well this morning. We have a special guest this morning. Pat Michaels from One Blood will be talking to us about the national blood shortage as well as this urgent appeal right now to get more donors. Things are down around the holidays, and on top of that, there's just an overall shortage in our area and across the country. So we really want to get the word out and encourage people to roll up their sleeves. And it would be a good day to get out and do some things like, donating blood if you can, because the weather is just beautiful once again, albeit cool. And meteorologist Candace Campos is here. Good morning, Candace. And,
Morning.
I love this weather. This is my boots weather.
Oh, it's so nice, but it's one of those things that you want to grab the jacket before you're heading out the door. It will be
Yes.
cool throughout the majority of the day, but as we head more into later on tonight, so if you know that you're going to be out till late this evening, make sure to have the rain gear with you, as we are watching some rain that will be moving in as we head into Thursday night, Friday morning. It's been a long week. It's been a lot of weather,
It's
all
busy.
crammed into one week, and there's a lot of little nuances to the forecast over the next couple of days. So make sure to stay focused here for the
Weather
next
aware.
weather aware and a weather alert day Friday night, as our cold front will come through, but at least it will usher in a pretty nice couple days as we head into a lot of kids are off for a 3-day weekend. So let's take it
Again.
to the maps. Let's show you what's going on. Didn't weren't they just on break?
I know. It's
Weren't
a
they
lot.
just on break?
It's a lot.
Do they ever have
Lots
school?
of child care planning.
So much childcare.
We
Don't
love them.
Bridget, don't get me started. All
I
right,
know.
let's
We're
talk
going to be
about your
okay.
weather conditions outside the door right now. We are watching a weak front that has turned stationary. That same cold front that brought us all the rain and the storms a few days ago has turned stationary. You see it's starting to lift further to the north, more as a warm front. And you can see already scattered showers across South Florida. We will start getting in on the cloud cover first, staying dry throughout the majority of the day. And then as we head into your Thursday night, that's when the rain will start to roll in along that front. In the meantime, it's a beautiful start to the day. We are in the 40s area wide. We were in the 30s for a little bit there in Marion County. So as we take you here throughout the next few hours, back into the mid 60s. So it still will be another cool day. So just like yesterday, temperature wise, the big difference compared to yesterday will be the cloud cover. We are adding more cloud cover overhead with the rain returning after about sunset. So you look at your tonight forecast, 60 to 70% chance of rain moves in later on this evening into
Over there.
early Friday morning. So let me show you here. This is kind of the big picture. Here comes that warm front pushing northward, bringing in that moisture. You can see the cloud cover. A little more rain starts to surge in across the state and even across Central Florida. You see it there by 8 a.m., still dealing with a little bit of rain. Then we will kind of dry out just a bit. Friday afternoon, could see a few peaks of sunshine, help destabilize our atmosphere once again. Then late Friday night and into early Saturday morning, we will see those scattered showers move in along that front. Maybe the potential for an isolated thunderstorm can't be ruled out. So let's show you here a little closer view. This is 3 o'clock this afternoon. The cloud cover again moving in from the south. Couple scattered showers will start getting picked up across our far southern zones, Brevard, Osceola County. Then the chance for rain pushes further north by 1 o'clock in the morning. A couple scattered showers across our metro Orlando area. And then here comes that stream of moisture. Some pockets of some heavier rain can't be ruled out, maybe an isolated thunderstorm, but a lot of the modeling has been holding on to a little more of a little more instability across more of our northern half. By daybreak tomorrow morning, by 7, 8 o'clock, we could have some pockets of some heavy rain along that frontal boundary. Then you can see we'll have a little break from the rain, few peaks of sunshine. Now, this is where I differ a little bit here with the modeling. The modeling is barely bringing in any rain. There is still that potential, depending on how much sunshine we see, how much we really heat up Friday afternoon will really be dependent on how strong the storms will be. So with that being said, you can kind of see some of that rain. It doesn't look like much, where some other modeling is bringing in a little more rain Friday night into early Saturday morning. And here comes that rush of cold air, that north breeze cooling us down comes Saturday and Sunday. So Friday, with the instability that could be present, we're going to give it and designate it a weather alert more weather alert night. As of now, we are up to a level 2 out of 5. So a slight risk for wind gusts and an isolated tornado Friday night, early Saturday morning. After we get the rain out, we will stay mostly dry, mix of sun and clouds come Saturday and Sunday. And that front that came through Friday will start to retreat back north just in time for Monday. So Martin Luther King Jr. Day there on Monday, rain chances do go up to 40%. So you see, Bridget, I'm talking about a lot of little nuances in the forecast over the next couple days.
All right. It looks good though. I mean, we do
Mm-hmm.
need the rain, but like you said, we'll watch out for that severe weather chance once
Yes.
again coming up
It
again
won't
so
be
fast.
as and it won't be as widespread and as
Mhm.
intense as the front that we just saw a few days ago. This is going to be more of the threat for an isolated severe thunderstorm warning, maybe a tornado warning, but not to the extent as we saw on Tuesday and Wednesday.
Awesome. Well, that's the bright spot. That's the silver
That is true.
lining. All righty. Thank you, Candace.
You're welcome.
All right, let's check in on the roads. We had a few things going on right at the end of the morning show at 7 a.m. And Trooper Steve is live from Results One now. And good morning, sir. How's it going?
Good morning, ma'am. It's a little nippy out here, but I got my new six swag on. I was almost put it on mid-show because I was freezing in there so bad. We are in much better condition than we were yesterday. A lot of those minor crashes that I was talking about towards the end of the show kind of cleared up.
Oh,
We
good.
want to knock out traffic right here. We can. DOT cam showing the Florida Turnpike running smoothly. Yesterday was a completely different story. We had crashes out there at that 429 interchange with the left lane blocked. This morning, different story. So right now we are running pretty clear north and southbound along the Florida Turnpike. I know 50 minutes sounds like a long time, but when you're coming from the north end of the turnpike all the way down here to the central zones, that's not a bad drive time. 18 minutes from 50 to the opposite direction. Nice and clear. That earlier crash not causing as many delays along US 27 at Independence Boulevard, but you can still see that slight delay there where that crash icon is. Lake County Sheriff's Office put the advisory out. FHP taking care of it for us this morning. Westbound I-4, a brief slowdown, guys, as you hit Lee Road because of a minor crash that was reported westbound right there at Fairbanks. My icon went away, but it's there. So just watch out on the left shoulder there. Americana and OBT as well. Drive times across Central Florida when it comes to I-4, we are slowly ticking up. 26 minutes, Kissimmee to downtown. When I say Kissimmee, I'm saying Osceola Parkway. So right around the attractions, the Disney area to downtown Orlando, 26 minutes. My book, not too bad. No crashes out there. Lake Mary, we're starting to see some delays out here. So let's look at the map. Goldenrod at Sun Vista, we have cleared out. Airport, pretty clear this morning, but look at this school zone, Bridgett down in Kissimmee. Pretty rough. Boggy Creek right now, pretty slow. Just be careful, no crashes in that area, but look at the delays causing the I-4 stuff. So we have the routine Champions Gate, and then the 535 slowdown, and then the westbound direction up in Lee Road. We're a solid red right now from 46 till Lake Mary Boulevard. So just be careful. Like I said earlier, no crashes. Increase your following distance, and we're good to go. Your westbound traffic, right where that we just looked at, Lake Mary Boulevard and Maitland. In my book, 11 minutes isn't bad, but when you're used to an 8-9 minute commute, it could slow you down a little bit. And then, of course, our times across Central Florida, doing pretty good. So, Bridget, it's always random in the traffic department. I can't predict it
Yeah.
like Candace can, and I can just give it to you and hopefully give you some tips to avoid some of this mess.
All right. And what are you up to this afternoon? Well, later this morning, I should say. It's our afternoon.
Yeah,
but still morning.
8:30. No, you're good. 8:30, about 50 minutes from now, I will be. It's funny because I schedule these things and I never know what's going to be in the news cycle. And we were talking the legislative session is currently taking place, and they're looking at stiffening the left lane travel laws, meaning get out of them. You heard me this morning. Camping is for the woods, not for our left travel lanes. So they are looking to stiffen the law that any travel road with 2 lanes or more at 65 miles an hour or more, you are not to be in that left lane unless you are passing.
Okay. What if you're passing a big stretch of cars?
Well, as long as you are actively moving at a little faster than those other vehicles, then you're going to be fine. The act of passing is just bypassing those other vehicles. Now, I know you've experienced it. I've experienced it out there where you're stuck behind 2 cars doing the below the speed limit,
Yeah.
hogging
What
up
do you call
all the
that when
lane.
you're stuck behind and they're going
Miserable? I don't
but
know.
there's a term. Isn't there a term?
uh, there's probably got to be a term that's
Okay,
not
okay.
coming to our head right
Yeah.
now because you probably we're both like,
It happened to me
but
this morning,
it,
though, believe it or not. You know, even though we come in at the crack of dawn and there's hardly anyone out there, and I was behind two cars going like the
whoa.
exact same speed. I'm like, where are these people come from? Where are they going?
So
At
they're
4 a.m.
obstructing the flow of traffic. They are being the obstructor here, and that's what this legislation is aimed at. Because a lot of people don't think, well, if I'm doing the speed limit, then everyone else should do it too. Well,
Mm-hmm.
this isn't where everyone gets a license and becomes a law enforcement officer. So
Mm-hmm.
when I say stay in your lane, I don't mean it in a derogatory sense. I don't even mean that to be mean. I think if people chose to follow
Right.
all the rules independently and do their thing, whoo, Bridgett, our roads would be so much better.
I
Leave the
think the
refereeing
problem,
up to the
though, is
troopers.
that you have so many different people from different areas, different ways of how they learn to drive, and that perception that all the lanes are travel lanes and not necessarily color coded or categorized by like what you can do in each one. I think that's where the missing link is, but that's just me.
If I could signal this to give you a round of applause, I would, because so many people blame Florida for
Mm-hmm.
being one of the worst places they've ever driven. But I tell people all the time, how many of us are actual Floridians?
Mm-hmm.
So we have such a melting pot, a diverse state from people all over the world that want to
Yeah.
live here in Florida. And then they bring those driving patterns. I've traveled all over and you get to see different things. And then when
Mm-hmm.
I come back home, I'm like, ah, I know where you're from. Or, oh,
Uh-huh.
you're a good driver. I know where you're from, kind of thing. So you're so right. And that's
Yeah.
why people just need to do the little things right
Mm-hmm.
first. And I swear it's going to help out so much.
Yeah. And like you said, it's about education, which is part of why, you go out and do these explanations, which helps. We're all
I feel like
learning.
I'm talking to a wall sometimes, but hey,
I
job
know.
security, if I'm out here, as long as one person is listening, I don't care. My
Someone's
job
going
is
to
done
write you
then.
one day and say, hey, you helped me not get a ticket. Thank you.
Amen. Hey, I'll take it. I'm not a ticket writing guy. So many people are like, man, Steve, troopers like this. I can promise you, if a trooper went to work and was really trying to find a speeder in a hot spot and didn't find one, that trooper's going to be excited because then, one, it limits the paperwork, but two, no one's doing anything bad. So our
Mm-hmm.
job is easier, and we then in return know that the roads are safer. It's not like we
Mm-hmm.
sign up to write tickets. We sign up because the cars are cool.
Yeah. Is that what it is?
It has a little
I
sense
can't
to it.
blame you. All right. Well, if we have time, we're
We'll
gonna
have to
go.
go
We're
for a
gonna
ride
show that
sometime.
Meekum Auto Show story that Crystal did a little bit later if we have time. It's so awesome, right? Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, there go your
fireworks. Watch
fireworks.
out.
All right. Well, we'll see you a little bit later at 8:30.
Bye.
Bye, Trooper Steve. We're going to take a 30-second break. We'll be back with Pat Michaels from One Blood to talk about the national blood shortage and what you can do now and, you know, from now on to really help out. All right, welcome back now. We have a special guest this morning to talk to us about the national blood shortage as well as National Blood Donor Month, the two coinciding right now across the country. Pat Michaels from One Blood is here with us, and you're coming to us live from the One Blood offices there. Good morning.
How did you know? Good morning,
Very
Bridget.
nice.
How are you?
Great,
Yeah,
and thank you
I'm
so
at
much for
the,
joining us.
yeah, thank you. I'm at the it is Orange Avenue, right across the street from Advent Health. If you know where the main campus is
Hmm.
on Rollins Street, the donor center is there. It's one of about 100 that One Blood operates in the Southeast U.S. So I got up this morning. I've had coffee, and I am. I think I'm ready to go. So, but thank you. Thanks for asking to be on.
Yeah, we'd love to have you. And I reached out to you when I heard about it being National Blood Donor Month, and then in between the time of us scheduling this, we had that nationwide, critical call put out by Red Cross, right?
That's correct. Yes. The Red Cross put out that call. We did it last week. We sent out a press release letting people know that we needed blood donations. And the reason that happens is that we come off the holidays. It really is from Thanksgiving all the way through Christmas, Hanukkah, New Year's, and people are, they're on vacation. They're going to see the families. They're, out of school, out of work, and they're not donating like they normally do. A lot of people don't know this, but about a fifth of our donations come from high schools, colleges, and universities. So that's big. And when they're out of session, that's another fall in the number of donations. So that's the reason why they started this, month, January being National Blood Donor Month, to kind of recover.
Yeah, that's a good strategy. And I can understand why there's a lull there, like you said, with so many of like the regular people who donate being busy and just that you just don't get around to making it over to one of the donation centers or the buses. And we see the buses here in the video. That is like the life's blood of the organization, because most of your donations come in from the big red buses.
That's right. Yeah, the big red bus is probably our most recognized icon. It's big, it's red. You can see it all over. They roll around the southeastern United States. We have 250 of them, and they account for most of the blood donations because they go to locations like they go to high schools, as I said, colleges, universities. They go to homeowners associations. They go to companies, corporations. And there's no blood drive that's too small. We ask you if you are able to host a blood drive. It takes nothing. All you have to do is go to our website and sign up. I want to host a blood drive, and we bring the big red bus. We do all of the the marketing and everything else. And you don't have to really do anything except, hey, I want the big red bus to come here, and it's important because we need all those blood donations, because people don't understand blood donations are needed 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. That sounds crazy, but we operate in facilities that process the blood, test it. It happens 24 hours a day because we can't stop supplying our 250 hospitals. Because patients always need transfusions, whether it's routine surgery, it could be an emergency. We never know when we may be on the receiving end of something like that.
I found it interesting that you noted 25% of the blood supply goes to patients who are battling cancer. When you think about blood transfusions, that's a big chunk right there, just going to the battle against cancer. And when we're looking at why we give, there's so many reasons why, including that one.
Yeah. Yes. When you go in and give a regular unit of blood, their portion of that is going to go to different people. We divide the components of it: red blood cells, platelets, and plasma, and it'll go to 3 different people at least. So you're impacting 3 people. You can possibly save lives doing that. And if you think it's not profound, it is. It is a very profound thing to do, because within a few days, your blood donation is going to help somebody, and it has saved lives over and over and over again. And for the platelet thing that you talked about, we have these people who give a lot of blood. You've probably heard of these people who give like 100 gallons or more.
Yes.
Those are more likely. Yeah, those are the platelet people. The people who give platelets. I call them career blood donors, donors of a higher calling, because they sit in a donor chair for an hour and a half, and we take the platelets from their body, and then we give them back their red blood cells. And they can come in every week if they want to, but most of them pace themselves about every 2 weeks.
So it's like platelets every 10, you said, and then the blood donation, what was it, every 56 or what?
56 days, yeah. Basically every 2 months for whole blood. So these people know what they're doing, and they know how important it is, because within 5 days, those platelets go to a cancer patient. Cancer patients have to have the platelet transfusions, many of them because of chemo and radiation therapy. So it's extremely important. And we've talked about this before. We want people in the new year, during this month when it's Blood Donor Month, to make it a habit to donate, because it's a good habit. It's good for you because it's healthy to donate. When you donate, you get a mini checkup. For a lot of men, it's great because a lot of, especially men, because of a higher red blood count, it lowers that. But I think the mini checkup is a big part of it. But then you're knowing that you're doing something that could save someone's life. I don't know how to tell you how profound that is. And we have 2 programs at One Blood that we started over the last couple of years. One is called My One Blood Journey. And when you sign up and you have your donor portal will tell you where, what hospital, and when that blood donation is
Oh,
going to make it
wow.
to that hospital. You can track it. And then
Wow.
also we have Message My Donor, where a patient, a doctor, or a nurse could send a message to a donor and say thank you. We
That is
can't
so sweet.
identify them
Wow.
because of HIPAA, but
Hmm.
they can say thank you for saving my life.
That's really beautiful. I love that because it makes you, it confirms what you're doing and that it's not just out there somewhere. Like you actually, it's more concrete that way. And you also have great
It is.
incentives from time to time that really help out because giving blood is a free process, but you give incentives to the donors too sometimes.
That's correct. Yes. Right now we have a well, I should probably gone back into the donor room to get it, but it's a long sleeve T-shirt right now, and that will last through this month and then in February, and you get a $20 gift card. So the reason we do that is that we want to thank our blood donors. We give them these commemorative gifts like these special
Hmm.
T-shirts, so they can wear it with pride.
Yeah, I
You
love
know, it
my
has one
T-shirt. It
blood
says
on it.
"Giving begins with me." I love
Yeah.
that.
Yeah,
And
yeah, and you walk around and people, people come up to you and say, "Hey, Bridget, are you a blood donor?" I mean, oh, that's great because you talk about it on air and right
mhm.
now, but you're walking the walk.
I
You're not
wanted
only
to
just
ask you,
talking the talk.
Pat, when we talk about giving regularly, is that something we should schedule, or what do you recommend if you want to try to like make it regular this year? Like, okay, I want to give, as much as I can. What would you recommend in setting that up?
Yeah, I can imagine a New Year's resolution where you're going like, what am I going to do? But I'd like to save lives, on a regular basis and impact people in a big way. Okay, I'm going to give blood. So you could go to oneblood.org and it's clearly marked donate now. And it doesn't matter if you're in Charlotte, North Carolina, Miami, Florida, Pensacola, Orlando. You just go there, put in that city, and it'll find a donor center or it'll find a big red bus, and it could be today. But
Mhm.
if you want to make an appointment for that big red bus or a donor center, you can do that as well, and we'll be waiting for you when you walk in. But if you forget and you happen to see a big red bus, you go, oh, okay, I can do that. Just walk in, knock on the door. I guarantee you they'll be happy to see you.
Well, I love that. And I love the idea of setting up these blood drives because we have so many in management and leadership who can get behind that and set it up for their teams to give and maybe park it right next to a food truck or something on Food Truck Friday, right?
Yeah, that's right. We've had people who actually themselves couldn't. We have a young man. He suffers from sickle cell, and he can actually give. He cannot give, but
Mhm.
he hosts the blood drives. And
Mhm.
he says, you know what? I can't give because I have sickle cell, but I can do this. That's big. That's big because, and the reason why he's so adamant about it is because he has sickle cell, and a lot of people don't
Mhm.
know that. But blood donations and sickle cell are key because people who could match him, especially African Americans,
Mhm.
is extremely important. And that's why we stress the diversity of the blood supply. Diversity is everything. We need everybody from
Mhm.
all walks of life, every racial background,
Yeah.
because we have laboratories that are looking 24 hours a day, 7 days a week to try to find a match for people. Because when you have sickle cell and you may have certain antigens, you can't just take anybody's blood. It has to be matched for the
Mhm.
not only the blood type, but sometimes for the antigens within the blood.
Mhm.
There's the components that
So
make it
someone
match.
shouldn't think
Yeah,
that, oh, my blood type's not that needed. You need all the blood types
it
and
is.
all the
I,
people.
I don't care. Yeah, your blood type is always needed. And because you can match somebody else. And I'm not saying that you're going to match somebody with that racial background. I could match you, Bridget. I could probably, let's say, I could give to you. You could give to me. That can happen, but that's why we need more people from all
Mhm.
backgrounds to give blood, and it's very important so that we have a donor pool that is very diverse. And when I said diversity is everything,
Mhm.
it is.
Well, we love this, and we're so glad that you could help explain more of this in detail because many times we don't get all of that into our stories that run on the newscast. So, hopefully, we can get a boost in these donations. And so, for more information, where should everyone go and get their
Yeah.
donation plan set up?
Yep. It is very easy, oneblood.org, since oneblood.org, and you go to that page and all the resources are there to answer all your questions. And the most important thing is when you hit that donate now button, bam, there go all the big red buses and the donor centers, and you can sign up and make an appointment, or just walk in. We'll be happy to see you.
All right. We hope people get results. Thank you so much, Pat. It's good to see you, and hopefully we'll see you
Bridgett, thank
soon.
you.
All right. Have a
It's a
great day.
pleasure. Thank you so much for having
Thank
me on. I
you.
appreciate it.
We
All right,
appreciate
take
it.
care.
All right. Take care.
Bye-bye.
Well, we are out of time. We will have that Meekum Auto Show story tomorrow for you. Promise. We'll see you back here at 7:30. Make it a great day.